So we had those fires, as I mentioned last Wednesday, about 3-4 miles from our home. We are in an area where the summers get really dry and the grass basically is just ready to catch fire. So anyway, Contra Loma had those fires. But my thought was, as you could see how they created a barrier, so they went and had to do some work to create a fire break. And by doing so, they were able to allow the fire to burn up to that and then die out. Now, if the fire had become too big or if the winds were too strong, then perhaps the fire may have, the ashes would have blown over the barrier and lit fire on the other side of it and started another hill on fire. Well, my thought is, in what areas of our life do we need to build some barriers, some fire breaks, so to speak, and do that in a way where we see or we've recognized patterns of behaviors that kind of run on their own, run a little bit wild, where the fire is just a little too strong. I think you get what I'm saying. So how do we create those barriers, those fire breaks, so that we can stop that and then be able to have improvement in our life? So anyway, this whole 90-day reset, there's different things that I recognize from a nutrition perspective. I think the older I get, the more tendency to maybe want some, and maybe it's just because more of the foods that we have, sugar and processed oils and things like that, are in everything. And I think that's purposeful. The food companies have done that so that it becomes addictive and you want it, you start to crave it. So I think I'm becoming susceptible to those things as well. So when I recognize that, that's a warning sign that, hey, we've got some dry kindling, we've got some material that could catch fire quickly. So I think we have to just create little things like that in our mind, whether they're habits around food, of course. It might be things like, where am I spending my time? Is it all on social media? Is it gaming? Is it stuff that's just, you look up and hours have passed and you recognize that you are in the same position, you haven't accomplished anything yet, hours have passed? Or are there things that, what are we putting into our minds that occupy our thoughts? Or, is it substances, alcohol or drugs or, things like that, sugar, etc. So just being aware of those, number one, is that there's things that maybe we're susceptible to, and then creating the fire breaks, putting those barriers in place so that we can stop it when we recognize, whoa, the fire started. Now, how do we stop it? So anyway, that's my thought for day 72. Hope that's helpful. Tomorrow I'll be back at it. Haven't decided quite what I'll do yet, but make it a great one. We'll see ya. Bye. Look at these flowers. Same color as my shirt. All right, we went down to the park, had a little walk. Here we all are. Day 72. Over and out.